Hello, and welcome back to the Soft Talk Pod. I'm your host, Kylie, and I'm so happy you've decided to join me again today. This is our quiet space to think about life, to explore the feelings we all share, and to practice our English listening skills in a calm and reflective way. In our last episode, we talked about why so many of us feel lost in modern life. We explored how the pressures of choice, technology, and work can leave us feeling a little adrift. Today, we're going to talk about something very closely related to that feeling. We're going to explore the question, why is it so hard to be present in the moment? Have you ever had this experience? You're doing something you should enjoy. Maybe you're drinking a warm cup of tea, or walking in a beautiful park, or talking with a friend. But your mind isn't there. It's somewhere else entirely. You're thinking about the email you need to send, worrying about a problem from yesterday, or planning what you need to do tomorrow. Your body is in one place, but your mind is in another. This feeling is incredibly common. The ability to be fully present, to be right here, right now, with all of our attention, is becoming more and more rare. It feels like a superpower that most of us have lost. We live in a world that is constantly pulling us away from the present moment. So, in this episode, we're going to gently explore why this happens. We'll look at the distractions that surround us, the pressure we feel to always be busy, and the habits of our own minds that take us away from the now. My hope is that by understanding this challenge, we can be a little kinder to ourselves and perhaps find small ways to come back to the present moment, even just for a little while. So find a comfortable place, take a slow, deep breath, and let's begin. Why is it so hard to be present in the moment? Let's start with the most obvious reason why it's hard to be present. We are living in an age of constant distraction, and the biggest source of that distraction is probably in your pocket or on the table next to you right now. I'm talking about your smartphone. Technology has brought us wonderful things, but it has also created an environment where our attention is always for sale. Every app, every website, every notification is designed to grab a little piece of your focus. Think about it. That little red circle on your social media app, the ping of a new message, the buzz of an email arriving, these are all engineered to pull you out of what you are doing and into the digital world. This wasn't always the case. Not so long ago, if you were reading a book, you were just reading a book. If you were having a conversation, you were just having a conversation. There wasn't a constant stream of information trying to interrupt you. Today, our brains have been trained to expect these interruptions. We have developed a kind of digital twitch, where we feel the need to check our phones every few minutes just in case we miss something. What did we miss? Usually, nothing important. But the fear of missing out, what people call FOMO, is very powerful. This creates a state of what experts call continuous partial attention. It means we are never fully focused on one thing. We are spreading our attention thinly across many different things at once. We are talking to our child, but we are also half thinking about a news alert we just saw. We are trying to work on a report, but we are also checking our email in another tab. When our attention is always divided, it's impossible to be truly present. The present moment requires our full attention. It asks us to be all there. But the modern world encourages us to be a little bit everywhere, all the time. This makes it difficult to have deep thoughts, meaningful conversations, or to simply enjoy a quiet moment. Our brains are like a busy train station. with thoughts and notifications coming and going all the time, never allowing for a moment of peace. So, our first idea is that modern technology, especially our smartphones, has created a world of constant distraction. These interruptions train our brains to be in a state of continuous partial attention, making it incredibly difficult to focus on one thing and be fully present in the moment. Now, let's talk about another powerful force that pulls us away from the present: our culture's obsession with being busy. Have you noticed how we talk about being busy? It's almost like a status symbol. When someone asks, "How are you?" the most common answer isn't "I'm happy" or "I'm relaxed." It's often "I'm so busy." We say it almost with a sense of pride, as if being busy means we are important, productive, and valuable. This culture of busyness creates a feeling that we should always be doing something. If we have a free moment, we feel a strange kind of guilt. We feel like we are wasting time. We could be answering one more email, learning a new skill, cleaning the house, or working on a side project. The idea of simply being, of doing nothing at all, can feel uncomfortable, even lazy. This mindset makes being present very difficult. Why? Because being present often means slowing down. It means paying attention to simple, non-productive things. It's about noticing the taste of your coffee, feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, or listening to the sound of the rain. These moments have no goal. They don't help you achieve anything on your to-do list. In a world that values productivity and achievement above all else, these quiet moments can feel worthless. Our minds, trained by this culture, tell us, "Don't just sit there, do something." This pressure to be productive is not just about work. It has entered our personal lives too. We feel pressure to have productive hobbies, to optimize our exercise routines, to schedule our weekends perfectly to be full of activities. There is very little space left for unscheduled, spontaneous moments of just being. But here is the paradox. When we are always rushing to the next thing, we never truly experience the thing we are doing right now. Life becomes a long to-do list that we are just trying to get through. We are so focused on finishing the task that we forget to experience the process. We drink our coffee quickly to get the caffeine, but we don't taste it. We read a book to our child quickly to get to bedtime, but we don't enjoy the story. In short, our culture often glorifies being busy. This creates an internal pressure to always be productive, making us feel guilty for taking quiet, non-productive moments. This constant forward motion prevents us from slowing down and simply being, which is essential for living in the present. So far, we've talked about external forces, technology, and culture. But now, let's turn inward and look at the habits of our own minds. Because even if we are in a quiet room with no distractions, our minds can still pull us away from the present. Our minds are amazing things, but they are also like time machines. They love to travel to the past or to the future. They don't naturally like to stay in the present. Let's think about the future first. A lot of the time our mind spends in the future is spent worrying. This is what we call anxiety. We worry about things that might happen tomorrow, next week, or next year. Will I do well on that presentation? What if I get sick? Will I have enough money for retirement? These thoughts about the future are a natural way for our brains to try to protect us. They are trying to plan and prepare for potential problems. But very often, this worrying becomes a habit. We get stuck in a loop of what-if questions. When our minds are full of anxiety about the future, there is no space left for the present. We are living in a reality that hasn't happened yet and may never happen. We miss the real life that is happening right in front of us because we are too busy worrying about a possible, imaginary future. Our minds also love to travel to the past. We think about things we regret, mistakes we made, or conversations we wish had gone differently. We replay these moments in our heads over and over again. This is called rumination. We might also spend time thinking about happy memories from the past, wishing we could go back. Thinking about the past can be useful sometimes. We can learn from our mistakes, and it's nice to remember happy times. But when we get stuck in the past, we are again missing the present. We cannot change what happened yesterday, and by constantly looking backward, we fail to see the opportunities and the beauty of today. So, our mind is often in one of two places, anxious about the future or regretful about the past. The present moment is a quiet, narrow space between these two noisy destinations. It takes a conscious effort to bring our minds back to this quiet space. To put it simply, our own minds are a major reason why it's hard to be present. We have a natural tendency to worry about the future, anxiety, or dwell on the past, rumination. This mental time travel keeps us from experiencing our lives as they are actually happening, right here and right now. There's one more habit I want to talk about that is closely connected to all of this. It's the belief that we can do many things at the same time. It's the idea of multitasking. In our busy world, multitasking feels like a necessary skill. We try to answer emails while we are in a meeting. We try to listen to a podcast while we are writing a report. We try to talk on the phone while we are cooking dinner. We believe that by doing this, we are being more efficient and saving time. But neuroscience tells us a different story. The human brain is not actually designed to do two complex tasks at the same time. When we think we are multitasking, what we are actually doing is task switching. Our brain is switching its attention back and forth very quickly from one task to another. Let's think about that for a second. Every time your brain switches, there is a small mental cost. It takes time and energy to stop thinking about one thing and start thinking about another. So, even though it feels like you're doing two things at once, you are actually doing both of them more slowly and with more mistakes. Research has shown that multitasking can reduce productivity by as much as 40%. But the problem with multitasking is not just that it's inefficient. The bigger problem, for our topic today, is that it destroys presence. When you are rapidly switching your attention between 2 or 3 things, you are not truly focused on any of them. You cannot be present in your meeting if you are thinking about your email. You cannot be present with the person on the phone if you are worried about burning the onions. Multitasking fragments our attention. It makes our experience of life feel shallow and disconnected. We do many things, but we experience none of them deeply. We finish the day feeling exhausted, but we can't really remember what we did. It's because we weren't fully there for any of it. To be present is to give your full attention to one thing at a time. It is the opposite of multitasking. So, the idea that we can effectively multitask is largely a myth. What we are really doing is quickly switching between tasks, which makes us less productive and more prone to errors. Most importantly, this habit of task switching prevents us from giving our full attention to anything, making it impossible to be truly present. We have explored some big reasons why being present is so hard. The endless distractions from our devices, the cultural pressure to be busy, the natural tendency of our minds to worry, and the myth of multitasking. It's no wonder that we feel our attention is always somewhere else. So, what can we do? The goal is not to be perfectly present all the time. That's impossible, and trying to be perfect would only create more stress. The goal is to gently and kindly practice returning to the present moment again and again. It's a practice, not a destination, and it can start with very small, simple things. One of the simplest ways to come back to the present is to focus on your breath. Your breath is always with you, and it is always happening in the now. You can just take a moment to notice the feeling of the air coming into your body and the feeling of it going out. You don't need to change it, just notice it. This is a small anchor that can bring your wandering mind back to the present moment. Another simple practice is to connect with your senses. Right now, what are 3 things you can see? Just look at them without judgment. What are 2 things you can hear? Listen to the sounds around you. What is 1 thing you can feel? Maybe it's the chair supporting your back or your feet on the floor. This simple exercise, sometimes called the 5-4-3-2-1 technique, can pull you out of your thoughts and into your physical environment. We can also practice single tasking. This is the opposite of multitasking. Choose one task, and for a short period of time, maybe just 5 or 10 minutes, give it your full attention. If you are drinking tea, just drink the tea. Notice its warmth, its smell, its taste. Don't look at your phone or think about your to-do list. Just be with your tea. You might find that this is surprisingly difficult at first, but also deeply relaxing. As we close our episode today, let's hold these ideas gently. We've learned that our struggle to be present is not a personal failure. It's a natural response to the world we live in and the way our minds work. We are distracted by technology, pushed by a culture of busyness, and pulled by our own thoughts about the past and future. We try to do too much at once, and we end up experiencing very little. But we have also seen that we can find our way back, not through force, but through gentle practice, by using our breath as an anchor, by connecting with our senses, by choosing to do one thing at a time. These small moments of presence are like little islands of peace in a busy sea. They may not change your life overnight, but they can change your moments. And life, after all, is just a collection of moments. The invitation is simply to notice. To notice when your mind has wandered and to gently guide it back without judgment. To be here now just a little more often. Thank you for sharing this quiet time with me today. I hope it has given you some peace and something thoughtful to carry with you. I look forward to you joining me for our next episode. Until then, take care of yourself.